The people of Nnewi have come out to say that Ifeanyi Ubah, who died on the 27th of July 2024, would not be buried in Anambra State. His dead body is rejected by his people. Ifeanyi Ubah, who is a politician, an Igbo politician, and also he represented Anambra South from Otolo Nnewi, his dead body has been rejected. They are saying that he can be buried in Abuja, Lagos, since he has fought against the achievement of Biafra. He has been fingered among those that have a hand in the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Reports are here and there that he facilitated the supposed kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya into Nigeria and into the DSS custody. Largely, we know that Igbo politicians don't want Nnamdi Kanu to come out. The last time I gave the reasons, one of the reasons is because the influence that Nnamdi Kanu has pulled over the years would outshine any kind of influence in the Southeast. Non-state actors are operating, gaining the will of the people. Somebody like Simon Ekpa would demand a seat at home and everybody obey, even against the wish of the governors. Soludo and Peter Ubah, they have tried to pull their executive powers on the people, but it hasn't worked. Still, the sit at home continues. They defy the powers of the constituted government of the Southeast. Non-state actors are the ones controlling and calling the shots as we speak because of the collective responsibility, collective idea and ideology of the Southeasterners, which is Biafra. So if a Nnamdi Kanu comes out of prison, which the Nigerian government has made him popular, if he calls any shot, if he asks anybody to vote against any governor, if he says anything, the people are going to respect, are going to listen to him. They will not listen to any politician, nor the governors, nor the powers that be. That is why Igbo politicians are in the top list of people and persons that don't want Nnamdi Kanu to come out of prison. But you can see, those politicians that are fighting Biafra, because of Biafra, they are ending up in shame. Ekweremadu is one of them. We have Hope Uzodinma, who is on the line. And this is Ifeanyi Ubah, who died. And even his dead body is rejected. They told, go to Abuja and bury this man. He is one of the persons that have a vigilante group that have been accused of various crimes in Anambra. There are accusations, allegations that this security outfit created by Ifeanyi Ubah is used to sabotage the activities of those that are calling for a state whereby they will have all the rights, the justice and fairness they need. He's been tagged as an enemy of the Igbo youth in general. So this is the update. Now let's move on to what happened in Enugu State. An Igbo musician who was killed by the police, the Nigerian police. You see, the other time, a young man was killed. Within a week, towards the end of the week, another person killed by the police. What are the reasons? Why was he killed? Till now, the police has not given us any tangible reason why he was killed. Investigations unconcluded, piling up and piling up. Are they waiting for the actions of the people? Are they waiting for the people to start reacting before they now satisfy the curiosity of the youths in Enugu State? This man went to a function invited by the police, went to a function, and after the function, he was invited by the police. He did not return alive. Police, with the lies that have been propagating lies since I know them. If a police lie on you, you know that this is not an organization that has respect for human dignity. As we speak, I've had experiences whereby the police would lie. Some things that you didn't do, they put the allegation on you. Now, the police lied and said that it was an accidental discharge. We're looking at public opinion and the investigations going on. It wasn't really an accidental discharge. This is something that is premeditated. As we speak, the policeman is put down in custody. So what happened next? Would the police take off their checkpoints? Would the army take off their checkpoints whereby they used to extort Southeasterners? They extort people from that region. Videos are flying up and down. The military hierarchy, they are not seeing. They will do as if they didn't see the videos whereby police are collecting Egunje and the army. Videos are flying around, and they will just keep quiet as if nothing is happening until somebody comes and take an action. That is when they will start holding you down. Like some of the things that happened in the north. People were in their homes waiting for the army, the police, the security operatives to safeguard them from the bandits, the terrorists, Boko Haram and the likes. They failed in their responsibility. The Nigerian security failed in their responsibility of protecting these people. These people now resorted to self-defense, find ways they can defend themselves, get weapons whereby they can use it defending themselves, since the capacity of the government to defend them has failed. But now the police are the ones going to disarm the indigents so that they can be vulnerable. I hope you understand what I'm saying. When people start reacting in the southeast, that is when the police will wake up to their responsibility. It is so disheartening that we are experiencing this kind of carnage at this point in time. And now you will blame who for insecurity in the southeast? Now, some of these things that are happening may be premeditated. Some of these things that are happening may be a setup to make sure more chaos and violence still erupts in the southeast. This kind of system whereby they want to see an Igbo man cry is a system that will not last for long. I'm promising you that there is going to be a change in the system of governance in Nigeria. I know Tinubu has a plan. There are plans. He's dealing with the South-South, there's something like that, South-South and the Northern interest. Look at what's happening in the North. The North are crying to the loudest. Help, help, help. Nobody is coming to their aid. The whole of North, if not whole of North, most parts of the North are in darkness. They are the ones suffering. The economy is biting them the hardest. Men, I pity for Northerners. Although they are the ones that have been ruling the country over the years. They've had senators, they've had presidents, they have anything, generals, but yet they are backward. Look at somebody from Sokoto coming to say that let Sharia become a national thing. Zamfara state that you implemented Sharia is one of the most backward states. All the states that implemented Sharia in the north, they are always going backward, the least states in Nigeria. And you have not provided basic amenities for your people. Sharia has not provided basic amenities. Sharia has not provided education. Sharia has not provided jobs and employment. But yet, instead of you looking at how you can safeguard your region, there's no light. You breed young men to become useless to their family and become useful to terrorists. You breed young men so that they can join terrorism. And these people in turn go and vandalize. They vandalize anything. They vandalize the rail rack. They vandalize electricity facilities. Vandalism. Now the whole of North is in dark, and you are calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You supported a Muslim ticket. Why don't you bear with the government, the Muslim ticket? When they say most Northerners, they are this and that. Amongst Nigerians, the most illiterate, the most foolish and stupid of all the regions, you can find them down north. Especially those that say they went to school. You can find the kind of foolishness that comes from their mindset. I'm telling you. Now, the North are seeking for an alliance. They cannot find alliance with the Southeast because the Southeast have made up their mind that they are not part of this union. We want out. That is the standstill. Asari Dokubo came out the other time and said he wants to have an alliance, that Yorubas are betrayers. Yorubas are not to be trusted. That he's going to have an alliance with the North. that he spent all his money campaigning for Tinubu. That is a constant. When they say Yorubas are betrayers, is a constant. That is the perception almost everybody has for the Southwesterners. I'm not saying all Southwesterners behave like that. No. What I'm saying that is the perception. Now, if you are creating a movement, people hardly want to involve Southwesterners in their movement because they believe that with Tinubu's regime, these guys have been exposed to be snitch. Look at what is happening in the Labour Party. Look at how some of these Southwest guys just wants to destabilize the party with the help of their Edo brothers. That is Abure and co. If you belong to any ministry, nobody wants to have an alliance with these guys from the Southwest. But now, the North confused, the South confused. Everybody is kicking against Tinubu's appointment and also the games he's playing, trying to put himself in power for the next 8 years. Kwankwaso came out to say that the North should support Tinubu so that after him, another Northerner will come. That is what we get from Nigeria of today. Alliance with the Southeast doesn't pay, whether it is the Southwest or the North. That's why most Igbo politicians that have this alliance, they come back disgraced. It is not in our destiny to have an alliance with people that have collectively denigrated and fought against the progress of the Southeast till tomorrow. So it's unfortunate that Ifeanyi Ubah would not be buried in Nnewi, his hometown, if Nnamdi Kanu is not released. How possible is that? How they are going to factor that in or carry that threat out, I don't know. But one thing I know is that you cannot fight against the people of God. You cannot snitch on the people of God and you go scot-free. We are at one of the most trying times in the history of the country. We know the gang up. In our various broadcasts, we will be exposing the gang up. The collective. When you go to get jobs, you understand. When you are in an office, you understand. You speak your language, people are offended. You say one thing about your tribe, people are offended. You say you're a Biafran, people are offended. But some people say they are Arewa, some people say they are Oduduwa. Nobody's offended. Somebody came out and said that IPOB is a terrorist organization, top 10 deadly, blah, 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 blah. How do you arrive at that? It's only in Nigeria that you see IPOB proscribed, but it is in the court. Internationally, one of the most peaceful agitation in the world, internationally. If you have any evidence to that, put the link, let's look at it. I had to look at a search. Global Terrorist Index was trying to be economical with fact, and when you see people start explaining, the explanation becomes too much. You know that they are trying to lie. There's no truth in what they are saying. So the Global Terrorism Index was trying to explain how they were trying to rectify, clarify how they put IPOB as amongst the 10 terrorist organizations, blah, blah. When you go and do your search, you see that there's nothing like IPOB, but you see Boko Haram. You see Boko Haram. So when you say I am a Biafran and I am an IPOB, people are just triggered at what? But when you denounce yourself, like Ekwurem Madu, the politician, the Southeast politicians are denouncing themselves, and you align with the powers that be, the status quo, they see you as a better person. They were preparing Ifeanyi Ubah to become the next governor of Anambra State as an APC person. You can see these guys are terrible. Politicians, Nigerian politicians, Southeast politicians are the worst of all Nigerian politicians. If you are looking at politicians from regions, Southeast politicians are snakes, are the worst of all. These guys, I doubt whether they are Igbo or they represent the interest of anybody, if not them and themselves. Look at what Akpabio is saying. He wants to convert to a Muslim because of power. how dirty these guys can go, how low these guys can go. No integrity, no honor, no nothing. What are you using these things for? You use it, you buy a house, you buy cars and everything. Any day when you die, look at Ifeanyi. When you die, you go nowhere. Look at Ifeanyi. All the things he has acquired, where is he taking him to? Capital Oil, where is he taking him to? Somebody else is going to take over that company. At the end of the day, you die, you go with nothing. The worst set of politicians are Igbo politicians. Shore came out to say that Igbo politicians are the reason why Nnamdi Kanu his detention is prolonged. Prolonged detention is caused by Igbo politicians, Southeast politicians. That is according to Shore. The Igbos don't want this guy to come out. But by the grace of God, see, the generation that has risen, you people don't know anything yet. The generation rising now is a generation that is tactical, a generation that will be learning from the mistakes of the past and would not repeat the mistakes that others did, and make sure that they secure a country that will get people justice, fairness, and equity. Keeping Nnamdi Kanu by a Southeast politician would not work. Would not work. Killing Southeast youths will not stop anybody. It is an ideology. I don't know when these people understand that you don't defeat ideology by this your guerrilla approach. Guerrilla. Look at the sit at home. An ideology becomes an ideology. People just naturally sit at home. The police, the governors, they cannot tell you otherwise to come out. Why would they tell you? Are they the one that give you business? They disrupt the economic activity. Civil disobedience. They sit at home because it doesn't make sense anymore. Don't let anybody gaslight you. Your region will be this, blah, 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 blah. The person that was killed by the police, how far? The first young guy was killed by the police. The second person was also killed by the police. No arrest for the first guy. The police keep on taking the lives of people. I want to ask, if you are an officer, a police person, I want to ask this question. If I see an officer infringing on my right, and he's having a rifle and he wants to kill me, how do I defend myself? I'm before an officer, and the officer wants to ride on my rights, wants to overpower me, wants to treat me, and he has a gun and is willing to take my life. Remember, God has given us the right to life, and we must defend. That's our right, to defend ourselves from anything that wants to take away our existence. So, should I fight with the police, or should I just stay there, let the police take my life? That's the case of this Ogene man that was killed. If he had defended himself and probably caused harm to the police, what would be the story? There's nothing, no matter what you do, don't do this, don't do this. But how would I defend myself from being attacked by a policeman who is willing to kill me? How? Should I run away? Or should I take the easiest route whereby I defend myself, make sure that I'm not killed? Whatever. If I'm in that situation, I'll make sure that I am not killed. Now he's killed. His loss. The loss of his family. Because of one trigger-happy policeman. Most people have been killed and there's no justice for them. Most people have been killed. No justice. Some people will just be kidnapped, taken away. NYSC coppers. Some policemen took money, I think it's 1 million from them. 1 million. They took them to they didn't know they were recorded. They took 1 million illegally. If not for that recording and the pressure, you see, one thing in this country is that you start telling the people in power to what they will do. They will get advisors, they pay them extra costs, they pay them, give them security, special advisor 1, special advisor 2. But yet, these advisors are not telling the president what to do. It is the people that will now be telling the president, the institution, the inspector general of police, the DSS, the army, what they need to do, alerting them on the things that are happening. If not for the pressure from the public, the police will have overlooked it like they overlooked the first young guy that was killed in the Southeast. Within a week, 2 people. And the second one, former governors of Enugu State were crying because of that young man. That young man, if you watch him playing the organ, you will know that we lost a talent. And now, Samuel Ekpa and his people are not saying there's going to be a sit at home. I don't know if sit at home will work at this point in time. I don't know. I don't think sit at home will work. I don't think sit at home will work for this kind of a thing. Let the governor, let those in charge, let them show the people that they are serving them, and make sure that the police, the person in charge of that team, that they should scrap, they should face the rod of law, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You kill somebody, you also will be killed. Yes, let it go like that. Because the guy he might be the breadwinner of his family, he just wasted his life because some people want to be stupid and foolish. Lawlessness, when we say lawlessness, lawlessness. So, for Ifeanyi Ubah, I don't know, your people have rejected you wherever you are. Even our ancestors will drag you in the grave. If you are guilty of all these allegations that you worked against the interest of Biafra, Ekurimadu is there cooling off. It remains some people we are watching.